Right. So in this case, we'll now let us try to calculate the value of BC from this diagram and as well as the value of BC from this diagram, right? So in this diagram, if we see, the value is BC is equal to L into gamma, where gamma is this angle. Oh, can you understand that how this value BC is equal to L into gamma has come? Because BC is the vertical side of it and L is the length of it and gamma is very small angle. But how can you write BC is equal to L into gamma, right? Please, I'd given this task to you only. Please think over it and we'll discuss this part into our Zoom interaction, right? Okay. But from the side view, we can see this BC on this side, along the arc. It is like B has shifted to C point, like, and overall shifting of material takes place, and that shifting of material is by an angle of twist, and this is theta. So BC can be marked as BC is equal to R into theta, because angle is equal to arc is equal to angle multiplied by radius, and radius is R and angle is theta. Okay, so from side view we can always write down R into theta and L into gamma. So L into gamma is equal to R into theta. We already know that this gamma is equal to shear strain, and we also know that G is equal to shear stress upon shear strain, or shear strain is equal to tau by G. And if we transfer the value of shear strain from this equation to this equation, so we did that, and L into tau upon G is equal to R into theta, or from this we came to know that tau upon R, just rearrangement of terms, tau upon R is equal to G into theta by L. And okay, from this one point is very clear to me, and that point is, if it is a circle, then in this circle at the outermost surfaces it will experience maximum amount of shear stress, and as it will go down, the amount of shear stress it will experience will become lesser, and as it will go down to the center, the amount of shear stress will be further lower, right? This is just an example that shear stress is going, because on the other side it is G, which is a constant, theta, angle of twist, again a constant, and L, length, again a constant. Now we can understand this also by this. If this is the bar, and if I am applying force like this, twisting like this, then we already know that it will cracks will appear first at the outer side surface. Why cracks will appear at the outer side surface? Because at the outer side surface it will exceed the permissible limit of shear stress, and that permissible limit is because at the outside the maximum shear stress exceeds the permissible limit, whereas on the inner side the shear stress experienced by the matter is less. That is why cracks will appear first on the outside surface, right? Okay, so tau upon R is equal to tau R upon R, where tau R is the shear stress experienced at this part and tau is the shear stress experienced at this part, and this capital R, or this is small r if it is so. Okay, right. Now this is one part of the formula, that is tau upon R is equal to G into theta by L, whereas the other part of the formula is actually this T by J is equal to tau by R. Now how to derive this formula? See, in this, what we'll do is we'll study just the side view of the shaft, and what actually I am doing is, see, if I am applying torque on this and if I release this, then it will automatically come back to its original shape, right? Why it will come back? Because of the internal moment of resistance which has developed inside it, and because of that moment of resistance only it will come back to its original shape, right? Okay, so what in this formula we are trying to do is, actually we are trying to find out the we are trying to calculate the value of internal moment of resistance that is developed inside the shaft, and that moment of resistance should be equal to the applied torque, right? Okay, so we'll first calculate the internal moment of resistance that has developed inside this shaft. Okay, let us see how it is. For that purpose, what we'll do is we'll across any cross section of the shaft, this is the shaft and this is just any cross section of the shaft. Across any cross section of the shaft, I have taken one very small ring at radius of x, and thickness of this ring is dx. And as I already know from my last just upper derivation, that tau x upon x is equal to tau by r, or tau x is equal to x by r multiplied by tau, or okay, and tau by r already know that it is equal to g into theta by l, right? Okay, if I wish to know the total force experienced by this ring on the shaft, then total force experienced by this ring on the shaft is tau x multiplied by dA. Tau x is the shear force and dA is the area of this ring, and area of this ring is 2 pi x multiplied by dx. Okay, so tau x multiplied by 2 pi x into dx. And if I wish to calculate the moment of resistance experienced by this force, because this force, if it is going like this, then moment of resistance will go against it, right? I'll again repeat, if it will go like this, then moment of resistance will go against it. Then total then moment of this force about the axis of the shaft is dm is equal to x multiplied by df, because force is on this side, x is this distance, so dm is equal to x into df, or df I can always transfer from this value, tau x into 2 pi x into dx, tau x into 2 pi x into dx into x, further 2 pi x square into tau x into dx, or tau x I can convert this value of tau x from this equation to this equation, and 2 pi x square into x into tau by r into dx, or 2 pi x cube into dx into tau by r, or total moment of resistance m is equal to 0 by r dm, or 2 pi tau by r x cube into dx. Now if we integrate it, then 2 pi tau upon r into r to the power 4 upon 4, or this value, or if we convert r into d, then pi by 32 d to the power 4, and pi by 32 d to the power 4 is called as j, which is called as polar moment of inertia, right? So I can always, and this I already told you in the beginning, that total moment of resistance is equal to applied torque, and it is, so j into tau by r is equal to t, or t by j is equal to tau by r, and earlier we already derived this formula, and that's how this is the main formula, that t by j is equal to tau by r is equal to g into theta by l, right? This is the main torsion equation, and we'll apply this torsion equation quite often into the numerical. Thank you.